because I thought you were at least actor, model, dancer, singer.
Right.
Isn't there a career in the voice?
I've been writing.
And writing. So we're going to 5 or 6. You're not a triple threat anymore. Tell me about the singing.
The singing. Well, I grew up secretly wanting to be Madonna, like a lot of girls. And I had been acting for a few years, and I had a voice coach in Los Angeles who I had started training with to, on the surface, to improve my voice for acting, just to make it as full and rich as it could possibly be. But really secretly, I wanted a record deal, and I still wanted to be Madonna. So I confided this to him one day, and he, within a week, had set up all of these meetings, one of which was with the head of Warner Brothers, who the guy actually worked for. He was the head of Sire Records when they signed Madonna in like 1982, and he was that one who discovered her. So, you know, an amazing thing there. But I had still never sung in front of anyone except for my voice teacher. I was very shy and wouldn't sing in front of anyone. And so the first person I sang in front of besides him was the group of producers who was putting together a girl group. And this was the same week as the meeting with the head of Warner Brothers. And I sung a Britney Spears song, I think, for them, embarrassingly. And they wanted me in the group, and they offered me a record deal. And I was in the music industry for about a year. We opened for Destiny's Child on the TRL tour. And my first performance, live performance, was at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles in front of 50,000 people, singing and dancing at the same time. So that was my first live show, yeah. I still am very shy. Like, I won't karaoke, I won't do anything. But I'll sing in front of 50,000 people.
Coming out with a CD?
Me?
Yes.
No. I realized that I missed acting so much when I was in the music industry, and people, I think, sometimes look at Hollywood and think that it's sort of a slimy industry, but it's the most honorable, pure industry ever compared to the music industry. So I decided that I wanted to go back to acting, and I wanted to get paid for the work that I do, and I left the girl group in the middle of our tour. I found a replacement for myself, because I was afraid they would try to sue me for breach of contract, which they did try, but they didn't succeed, and took a job on General Hospital, which was like heaven compared to touring.
General Hospital, that reminds me, I lived with Emily McLaughlin, who was on there for 30 years.
Who did you play?
She was the head nurse for, I guess, 30 years.
Played like Nurse Amy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my mom watched the show, right? Great, Amy,
She
the
was
blonde.
Amy?
Yeah.
That was
my first scene was with her.
Is that right?
Yeah, I discovered that someone pulled the plug
Oh.
on some patient, and she ran in.
Yeah, and so doing soap opera is different from television series.
Oh yeah, it's very fast-paced. You have pages and pages and very few takes, maybe 2 takes to get it right. People really criticize soap opera actors and say that it's such bad acting, but it's actually amazing acting considering they have so little time to prepare and so few takes to get it right.
And I found that the stage manager has very little patience with extras as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He said, you come from the phone booth and go into the elevator, you go from the elevator into the phone, you come to the desk, and this one guy raised his hand and says, well, what did you say I go? He says, you're doing nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on everybody.
No,
yeah.
The pressure is very high. Speaking of the